Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ant. Today I'm going to be talking about NIO as an update to my long time series on the stock. Now, make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe and leave your notifications on. At any point, if you feel you're missing out on any of these technical indicators, you'll find a playlist in the description below that explains each of these and what they mean. I'm going to go through technical analysis, latest news, and what I think about the stock and my personal recommendation for myself. Let's jump right into it. On the MACD here, we get to see that it is testing the negative reversal here on the histogram, probably sometime by Wednesday. That is a little bit of a warning sign, but I'll show you what the positive sign for this one is. On the average directional index, it shows in that it's in around the in the low 40s. That supports in a very strong positive trend. Well, it did see 3 red candles followed one by another, but I'm going to explain why I think this one still has a chance. Volume percent R is sitting at a neutral, and the momentum here seems to be still strong, but dipped down a little, all the way back to where it was on the 28th, around this area here. Moving averages here, this is where the good news is. You get to see the 10 SMA is above the 30 SMA, the stock, which is bullish. The stock price is above the 50 SMA, which is bullish. The price of the stock is above the 200 SMA, and that is a bullish sign as well. And you get to see the stock is between the 10 SMA and the 30 SMA, and that is the trading action zone. So that is a bullish sign for us. Moving forward, we get to see a little bit on the 1 hour perspective. Bit of a similar result. On the MACD, it's stable on the positive side. You get to see the stock did dip momentarily below the 200 SMA all the way down to 1561. Although a lot of stocks did see this massive dip around 1030, I would say, or 1040 on Friday. Now, on the moving averages, it does look a little bit more bearish. So you get to see the stock price is above the 200 SMA, but it's below the 50 SMA on the 1 hour perspective. And things look a little bit choppy here. On the 1 hour perspective, it does look like it's trading sideways. Now, on the moving averages here, what we get to see is that the stock price is expected to trade between 1792 and 1617 in the upper band, followed by 14.6 on the bottom band. Now moving on towards trend lines. So the stock hasn't broken a trend line yet, as you can get to see. I'm going to zoom just a little bit behind and try to draw a channel here to try to identify the current trend that it's actually forming. And we get to see that it is still within that channels. It dipped a little bit below on the bottom of the top half of the channel, but there is an expectation for it to still jump back and see new highs. Now, Fibonacci retracements here, and we get to see a strong Fibonacci support at the 1722. Now, significant supports and resistances. We see a significant support at 1801. Below that, 1784. Below that, 1723. Below that, 1682. And the 1647 mark. 1571. Now, significant resistances, the 1854 one is a very strong one. And then followed by that, the 1906. And then the 1976. 1985. 2005, and then we get to see the 2055. Amazing news for us. Jumping into news, institutional shares, don't get to see a lot of action in the last week. Also, they did have the offering at a price of $17 per ADS. That has been completed already and announced the completion of offering in American Depository shares. That is amazing for us, as it looks like the dust might have settled. Now, it would take time for it to gain, but let's see what are new updates about this company. So some of them are very exciting, such as August 2020 delivery updates. NIO delivered almost 4,000 vehicles in August 2020, a new monthly record representing a 104.1% over year increase. And that is amazing news. NIO also delivered almost 22,000 vehicles in 2020 total, increasing by 110% year over year. Cumulative deliveries of ES8 and ES6 reached out almost 54,000 deliveries, or 53,580. That is amazing news. It shows a lot of strength in this company, and this does provide a strong update to my long-term objective for this stock and how I do expect it to raised up in price. Now the rest is regarding the offerings and whatnot, so that is basically is already completed. They do have as well a little bit of granted underwritten option exercises within 30 days of the date, but I do expect this price to still see quite a nice jumps up on top of there. Nothing else significant. When it comes into different catalysts coming up, there is a few, such as here you can get to see a lot of them. They're very active on social media, on NIO on Twitter. For instance, we do have the November 18th keynote speaker on how we OEM are branching into electrification, and a November 20 panel. Now there is a lot of different things coming up for this one. For instance, just on September 1st, they did have as well a virtual conference, and they do continue on with things like batteries, a lot of different PRs. So it definitely is a longer term stock, as I did mention before. Now let's jump right into what I think about the stock. So this stock here had a little bit of a rocky movement before, and it did dip below around here. And this is where I gave it a little bit of gave it a recommendation of a buy. And I did still see an increase. Now, what is my current recommendation? That it's hitting in a really nice high. We're talking about something where you can get to see in a 5-year time. There has been quite a really nice jump, even considering almost on a 10-year. This stock has seen a really nice jump over there. I would give it, for longer term, I would definitely give it a buy. So for longer term, the stock still is amazing. It has potential. I'm talking about longer term, way beyond COVID. I'm talking like 2025. On a short term, I'd say right now it's a buy. Medium term, it's a hold. I do expect for it to jump back in. As you can get to see, it does form kind of multiple bottoms. So I get to expect it to see it up again beyond the 20s, but on a medium term it does have a lot of potential, and in the long term it has a lot of potential. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Please subscribe and like, and have a wonderful day.